This is Donegal, our last stop along what has been a pretty wild and beautiful ride up along the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland. In this video, we take you around Donegal's towering cliff landscape, to wild, untamed beaches. We climb the famous Mount Errigal while exploring some of Ireland's most beautiful national parks and forests. Oh, and we also spend the night by a waterfall. If you're new around here, I'm Jack, this is Joe, and that's our scruffy hitchhiker Frank. We've spent the last 2 years travelling to wild corners of the UK and Europe in this, our tiny home on wheels. This is part 5 of our Wild Atlantic Way adventure in Ireland. It's time to put your feet up, hit subscribe, and come along for these wild journeys in Donegal. Hey everyone, welcome to the last part of our Wild Atlantic Way adventure. We're in Donegal. The sun has come out. Yesterday was a bit of a washout with some rain, so we just did some van chores. I won't bore you all of that though, but I might write a blog about all of our useful camper van travel stuff for Ireland, but I'll put that on our website. But today, well, for the next 4 days, we're in Donegal. We've heard really good things about Donegal. We're very excited. Looks like the weather's going to be playing ball and we're going to be treated to some lovely Irish sunshine. And we're just about to head on a hike to cliffs. Slieve League Cliffs, which are some of the highest cliffs in Ireland and Europe.
Let's go.
Let's go. Midgy though. Yeah. Very midgy.
Most midges we've had in Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, they said hi back. Morning, sheep. Not a bad view. Is the cliffs there, Joe? So we've got even higher to go. The views up here are amazing. Went to the viewing platform down at the bottom, and now we're walking up. Sun's coming out, it's getting warmer when you're not in the wind. Sweating. So these cliffs are nearly 600 metres high, I think. Put the actual measurement below. Home to peregrine falcons, choughs, which are like crows with red feet, and loads of sheep. And a Frank. Slieve League Cliffs stretch 601 metres up from sea level. To put that into perspective, these cliffs are almost twice the height of the Eiffel Tower. While there's an easy to reach path at the viewing platform, you can carry on a hike all the way to the cliff summit, up a muddy, narrow path where you can get some pretty hair-raising views and witness the raw power of the sea and wind that pummels into the rocky landscape here. So you can go further along on the walk. Joe's gone back to get some snacks. I was going to go a little bit further on, but to be honest, I don't know what more you're going to see apart from like this beautiful view of the cliffs and the sea. And the view is obviously the cliffs themselves, so it's actually better to see it from here. But yeah, lovely morning, lovely, I wouldn't say hike, little walk. Probably been up and out for about an hour, and it's probably an hour back to the van. But yeah, on to the next site. You right there, Frankie boy? You're driving us to the next spot? Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's like going for a pee.
No, where for we? Thanks, that was on camera. Frankie, you're driving us to the next spot. You're getting us out of here. We're off to the beach. Frank's ears just poked up at that, but the drive around here is amazing. Look at this.
Just like, can you just look forward around it?
Yeah, we'll do. Look at that though. It's safe to say Donegal is some of the most impressive of an already impressive set of roads along the Wild Atlantic Way. But here's a top tip. Just giving you the ick. Really key piece of advice when you're driving the Wild Atlantic Way, always stay on the Wild Atlantic Way route and don't stray off via Google Maps like we've done. It's still drivable, it's fine, but squeaky bum time. You know, you can tell a road isn't supposed to be driven on by tourists when there's grass in the middle of the road, you know? I'll be able to get past there. But there's walking signs. But it's crazy beautiful, and thankfully the roads have been quite quiet, knock on wood. As we've gone past it, I know I just jinxed it. We're going to come up against like, bloody hell, have you seen this road? Oh! Look at that! God, you can see the beach that we're going to down there. Joe feels sick.
Well, there's a car coming up around there, so I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Are they waiting all the way over there?
But down there, I've got a parking place here though.
Yeah, no, they've stopped. Yeah.
No, they've come up now, so maybe they've just realised. It's their right of way, isn't it, as we go down. We'll look at the view. Just go in. Pretty cool though. Look at Joe's face. Are you alright? You're not even driving. It's absolutely fine.
I'm gonna be sick.
Frank, you're missing all the views, man. I'm sorry that you're down there, but you smell like poo. It's pretty cool. Bye, van. We're just saying bye to our van. Alright, next stop on our Donegal adventure is to the caves of Marghera. I don't know how to pronounce it, but really nice beach and some cool sea caves when the tide's out. I think we've managed to flukily time it with the tide being out. And getting a parking space. Which we were quite happy about because the car park actually quite small, but the car park attendant just pulled us over and put us into this random spot, so yeah. Yeah, it must feel good on it. God, it's big, isn't it? Frank's birthday a week ago, 2 years old. Still behaves and acts like a pup. The caves were cool, but I think we're here for the beach. And Frank is definitely here for the beach. Marghera Beach is one of Donegal's most beautiful beaches. Slightly off the Wild Atlantic Way, the beach is backed by high cliffs with white sand dunes leading onto a huge tidal beach, with cascading waterfalls dropping into the sea. If it wasn't for the chilly wind, you'd think you were somewhere tropical. It looks like something you get in like Mexico, doesn't it?
Cenote style.
Yeah. Look how see-through that water is.
Is that that's the seawater though, isn't it?
Plus the water that's coming off the field in the waterfall.
So it's such a shallow bit of water that it's so see-through.
Oh, it's amazing. just put dinner in the oven, drove a couple of minutes up the road from the beach, but there's nothing too special about this spot, is there, Joe? No, there's some weird, like, loud noise about, like, running water, but maybe someone's, like, left their tail. Oh! No, there is something special about this spot. Let me show you. Probably the craziest thing we've ever kind of parked up next to, or so close to. You know, we've had a beautiful views by the sea, but have you ever parked your home next to a waterfall? How did you sleep, Joe?
Very well. It's very nice. It was like white noise. Lovely.
Yeah, doesn't sound very appealing, white noise, no. But it was amazing. And we're feeling very lucky to be able to sleep by a waterfall. There's not many times that you can say you slept by a waterfall and were lulled to sleep by the white noise of a waterfall. We're on to our next spot, which is
Poison Glen.
the Poison Glen, which sounds epic and dangerous. Is it dangerous?
No, maybe
it's not dangerous. I think it's just got a dangerous sounding name, but
I hope not.
let's go check it out. We're going to go head further up the Donegal coast. It's a bit rainy today. The weather forecast lied to me, but I think it's going to brighten up from this afternoon and into tomorrow, where we're going to do something even more awesome than yesterday, and yesterday was a brilliant day. Let's roll. We actually spent the night alone by the waterfall, but it does get busy in the evening and in the mornings when people just come and drive and check it out, but it was really cool. Did we mention that we parked up by a waterfall? I'm not sure we've mentioned it yet, have we?
I realised.
Oh, that backpack's in the way of the handbrake.
Check the...
Oh.
Are you good?
Yeah. Thank you, Mother Nature. Crazy beautiful drive around there. I think that the cloud makes it more epic. I mean, it's not going to be as nice to go for a walk in, but it's nice to look at, the cloud. That's what we're hopefully going to be climbing tomorrow, although Joe's not convinced.
No, I'm stuck with this 4.5k up.
Glenveagh is the second largest national park in Ireland, covering 66 square miles of ground featuring desolate bogs, forests, lochs and dramatic towering mountain peaks. We parked up the van and headed off on a walk to find the Poison Glen.
Around where the river isn't?
It's quite midgy. It's quite midgy. Literally, when I jumped out the van, I swallowed like 10 midges in my throat. But it's only a short walk to the Poison Glen, or through the Poison Glen, but it's really cool. Like, huge mountains around. And why is it called the Poison Glen, Joe?
I don't remember what you said, sorry.
There's 3 theories. That's 3 with my fingers that I held up there rather badly. First theory is it's called the Poison Glen when a group of English soldiers camped out here and ate a poisoned plant that apparently is prevalent in the glen. Second theory is that an old Irish chieftain that lived on Tory Island was, oh wow, look at that bird, was stabbed in the eye and killed by a rival like clan, and his eye kind of splurged out blood and poisoned the area, I guess. And the third theory is that it was just a spelling mistake when they were translating the name of the glen to English. Quite cool. Oh my god, look how boggy he's getting. He's gonna have to get a shower, aren't you, Frank? Lucky decision. Abort. We've been swarmed by midges. It's like super boggy and there's no signpost for the path, so we're probably going the right way, but it's just not enjoyable. And what's our motto, Joe?
You just don't do anything that causes you excess stress, there's no point.
Don't do anything that causes you excess stress. It's not enjoyable, so we turn back and we're just going to drive to the actual national park entrance because I think we can do a little walk there, which might be a bit more signpost and maybe less boggy. And it's called Glenveagh National Park, as opposed to Glenveagh that I said earlier. Oh no! Joe, do not fall! Do not fall! We drove 20 minutes further into the national park and found a much nicer, well signposted, gravelled path that took us further into this wild national park. Rich in wildlife, trees and mountain views, this was a beautiful little spot to reconnect to nature, and it was mostly midgie free. We took a short walk before getting an early night ahead of an exciting adventure the next day. Morning. It is 7 o'clock this morning. We've driven about 20 minutes up the road to the start of Mount Errigal, which is the hike that we're doing this morning. It looks quite steep when you see it from down here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We've just been looking up on all trails. Gonna get some porridge in, gonna get some caffeine in. Frank's still in bed, classically. I don't think he understands. I read the memo that we're going for a hike this morning. And yeah, we're gonna get started because it looks like a clear day. And you should only really do this hike on a clear day because otherwise you don't see anything. But you can see the summit from here and there's not really any clouds apart from some low-lying clouds that will hopefully burn off. Porridge on, caffeine in, and then we can go. So we're going, this is Joe, all the way, I think, up this ridge to the top. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it, Joe? Yeah. Whew.
Not got very far yet.
This path is new apparently. I was looking at All Trails, the app that we use for hikes, and I think it's new as of about 2 months ago. You used to have to go across bog and probably get eaten alive by midges.
Did you bring the oxygen?
But I think we're only going up 700 metres.
Yeah, that's quite high. That's 700 metres more than I was when I was in bed.
The nice path's gone, and it's kind of like scrambling up. But I think this is why you shouldn't do it in rain or bad conditions. Oh. But kind of every bit of elevation you do, the view gets ridiculous. I think we've done the majority of the incline now. I know we've just got like a ridge climb.
Where's the actual bit?
See where that person is there? That's the top. It's just there. Yeah. We did it! Made it to the top. I think it was about an hour from our van to here.
I think, yeah, we kind of really went for it though. I think it could take longer.
You could take, the average time is like 3 hours, top to bottom, bottom to top. Top to bottom.
There and back.
There and back, there and back. Views are amazing. It's a bit like misty or muggy, but there's like an amazing like cloud inversion that we've seen all the way as we go up. Now we're gonna have some snacks, some thermos. Frank's loved it, and then we can walk all the way back down to the van. Oh, that was an awesome day. We're now showered. We've basically napped and just eaten all afternoon. Frank has turned from a bog monster into a sea monster. Everybody.
It's much cleaner now though.
Yeah.
It smells a bit bad, but it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all just smell bad, but
yeah,
just a little bit cleaner. This is our view for the night. Quite a few vans around, but we do have a view of the sea from our window. Good morning. We've woken up by the beach. We've taken Frank for a walk, but we've got a new game to tire him out, you see. Frank is now chasing the drone. After tiring Frank out with the drone, we headed back onto the road on a last day on the Wild Atlantic Way. Not content with our nature fix so far, we headed to Ards Forest Park, a nature reserve on the edge of wetlands featuring a big, untamed beach, salt marshes that provide a habitat for rare plants and birds, big green trees, and plenty of more opportunities to try and tire out Frank. We didn't succeed. Can't keep Frank away from a beach for too long, can you? Trip highlight. You know, it was nice. It had trees, had a beach, had mountains in the background. Kind of ticked all the boxes. We weren't going to go. We drove past it yesterday, but I'm glad that we drove back to go do it.
100% recommend. Definitely.
It was just really nice. Just a really nice, like, big dose of nature.
And the nature trail's really nice as well. You should definitely come if you come to Ireland.
100%. I think we're gonna finish the Wild Atlantic Way today, so we've got 2 more stops, or 3 more stops if you include the Campervan Air. We're not going to include the Campervan Air. Our second to last stop was Grianan Fort, restored Gaelic ring fort, giving you a short glimpse into the Gaelic kingdoms that used to reign over Ireland. The views across Donegal weren't bad either. Nice little stopover. Now let's go on to our last stop. Irish weather is in full swing. We've got blue skies on one side, grey rain on the other side. So let's see what happens when we get to Marlin Head, which is the finish of the Wild Atlantic Way for us, because we go northwards, up north. And it's also got a scenic drive called the Inishowen 100 that you drive part of. So let's see. I mean, I'm scenic drived out. We've had so many. Like, it's a beautiful country to drive around in, but yeah, onwards to the last stop, Joe.
Weird.
Do you feel emotional?
It's a bit weird, isn't it? We've been doing it for like 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's been good. Right, onwards. The final part of the drive north takes you along the Inishowen 100, a scenic stretch of road that takes you up and along scenic and remote parts of Donegal. The views here were eye-wateringly beautiful, and a pleasure to drive along as we headed towards our final destination. But, as we were soon to learn, there was a slight hitch to our Wild Atlantic Way completion plans. So we drove up to Marlin Head, which we thought was the end of the Wild Atlantic Way, Don't know why we thought that. There's definitely still some more, probably about 20 kilometers more. We actually drove a little bit longer, but we thought, you know, why not end it at the place that has dominated our whole trip, a beach. And we've come to a really beautiful beach called Caldaff. We're going to go for a walk in a second, because after all, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? So yeah, this is where we're going to end the Wild Atlantic Way. So let's go for a nice little walk, and this will be our last stop. Right, whilst Digger Boy tries to dig his way to Australia, I think we're going to end our Donegal video here, and this is the end of our Wild Atlantic Way adventure. We've still got 2 more weeks in Ireland, but we're just going to go see some friends, drink more Guinness, and just chill out. But yeah, Donegal's been really cool. Part near a waterfall. Beaches have been incredible. The whole of the Wild Atlantic Way has just been amazing. We don't know what we're doing next after this. We're just chilling out. But yeah, follow us on Instagram if you're not already. Probably be doing a blog. I might do a wrap-up video of our whole Wild Atlantic Way adventure. But yeah, stay tuned. Let us know if you've got any questions about the trip below in the comments, and chuck us a like as well, because it helps the video.